Hey guys, it's Athena. I think I am being consumed by billions of mosquitoes at this moment, but oh well, you're welcome. Be my blood offering today, I guess. A storm is rolling in right about now, and I absolutely love to sit outside when the storms come in. I was really in the mood to make a video today, but I've had an issue lately with not feeling like I had anything worthy or interesting enough to sit down and talk about with you guys. Lots of stuff always going on. I just figure if I'm going to sit down and talk to you, I'd like to bring something at least a little bit interesting to the table, but then again, whatever. Okay, so I also recorded a video probably a week ago in my car and never posted it, so I will probably include that after this. I can't even remember what it was about, honestly. I think it was magic on the go. I was carrying a little vial of some powders, some spell powders. I think that's what it was about. One little thing I was considering recording a video about is the idea of witchy ingredients. I had a commenter on a video recently ask me, where do I shop for most of my witchy ingredients? And I realized I don't shop for witchy ingredients all that often. And honestly, this might have been what the last video was about, so there may be repetition. I'm sorry. I think most of where I buy my stuff is like the grocery store, you know, like ingredients in the herbs and spices aisle. Wegmans, where I like to shop, it's a very good grocery store. It has a pretty extensive holistic oils, herbs kind of section, so I'll buy essential oils there sometimes. In addition, Whole Foods has an awesome little woo-woo aisle where you get candles and incense and sage, that kind of stuff. But other than that, I like to resource stuff myself, like outside. You know, I always have my eyes open for possible spell ingredients. Like, I will be driving down a road and see a patch of honeysuckle somewhere, and I think, I know that's there now, so if I need some, I'll go there. Or thistle growing somewhere. You know, it's just anywhere I am. I'm looking around. I'm always scanning, casing the joint, seeing what there is that I might need in the future. Once you've been on this path for a while and you have a few spells under your belt, successful and non, and fails, you start noticing things that you realize could totally be a spell ingredient, and you've never seen it in any book or heard about it from any person. Here's an example. At my house, I have a garage, and the wood around the wood frame of the garage, every summer and spring, there are these big fat carpenter bees. I did some research on them. They don't sting, so I'm always trying to tell Poochie, because Poochie has a fear of the outdoors and a fear of bugs and bees and yada yada. And so I did some research, and they are males, the male bees flying around, and the female is up in the hole where I think the female might be up in the hole where they drill. So they drill these holes, these perfectly round holes, and it's really kind of cool. I was noticing a pile of sawdust type stuff on the ground where they've been drilling their holes this year, and there's little piles of dust there, and I was thinking that is a lovely spell ingredient. I haven't yet collected any because honestly it's been raining so much lately. I don't really want to get sticky wet stuff. I want to wait until we've had a few days of dry weather and scoop some of that up and just kind of bottle it and keep it, because I think it could be very useful in powders or in spells or even in incense. Obviously I would use it for a work spell or a focusing, getting things done, zeroing in on what I want, my goal that kind of spell. I don't think I've seen, I know I haven't seen that anywhere before, but my little witchy radar zeroed in and thought, yeah, that's useful. Ivy grows on the side of my house, which I'm of course insanely, awesomely thrilled about, because how witchy is that? So I have a lot of ivy growing up half of the front of my house. And ivy is poisonous, which is something to know, but also ivy seems to thrive against all odds. It can, I mean, my house is brick, okay? It's not like wood. Front is brick, and ivy somehow finds a way to survive and thrive, growing on rock, basically. That's some persistent gumption right there, you know, to be able to grow in an area that most plants would die. I think that's so cool. So ivy could also be maybe dried and ground up and added. I mean, I feel like when your eyes are open and you think of what an ingredient or an item represents, or how it lives and thrives and how it comes into being, can really lead you and guide you in your use of it. It's pretty cool. That contest I had, I don't know, a couple months ago now, after the 2,000 subscribers, I think it was a mundane item that you use in a magical way kind of contest. I think, speaking for myself, sometimes I get, well, especially in the beginning, I was way too concerned with buying things that were from official witchy places or had the pentagram or a pentacle on it, you know, all the stuff that kind of was stamped with approval, a seal of approval for witchy stuff. But now I have flipped. I hardly ever buy things like that anymore. I think the real power is in the stuff we discover and we create and craft and feel moved to use, inspired to use. The power comes from us, not the ingredient and not the item. At least in my experience, that's where the real power in any magic and any successful spell. The power comes from you and your intention and the energy and focus that you put on it. So anything can be magical. I can pick up a rock off the ground, and if I wanted this to be my magic rock, it could be my magic rock any day. In fact, I know people who have done very successful spells just picking up random rocks, holding them, putting their regrets, their anger, their heartbreak, whatever in it, and then chucking that rock as hard as they can into a moving stream or at a crossroads, and kind of washing their hands of whatever their problem is. So that's kind of cool. Okay, I've chatted for longer than I thought I would. I think I'll turn this off and enjoy a couple more minutes before the storm falls upon me. Hear a very, very loud, insistent little cardinal back there, which I usually feel like is my mom. So she might be telling me to get my butt inside. She probably is. So I probably will in just a couple minutes. Stay tuned for the recording I did in my car a week or so ago, and thanks for watching. Be well, take care, peace. Well, good morning to you. This is Athena. I don't know why I feel like I need to be a redneck this morning, or a Southern belle. Okay, so this little video should be short. Famous last words. I wanted to share a little magic hack with you. Somebody asked me recently where I buy my witchy supplies. Most things that I buy that are powders or oils, if I don't make them myself, which I don't usually, I buy from my local witchy shop. I don't buy all that much online, but I mean, when it comes to witchy stuff, I buy a shit ton online in my regular life. But one of my favorite places get for items that I use for witchy reasons and purposes, it's Michael's. I've mentioned it a bunch of times before, and I'm doing it again. Today is a day that I need one of those items, and I am putting it into use. Without going into details, I will just share with you that yesterday there was a kerfuffle at work. Or kerfuffle. Turns out I'm saying that wrong. Anyway, whatever it was, there was some stupid stuff that took place. And I accidentally found myself kind of in the middle of some stuff. Today is the day I'm going to make it go away. It's not big enough to involve freezer spells or bindings or anything like that. It doesn't need to be a big deal. However, I know that if I don't approach it the right way, it could become a big deal. So I would like success today. And one of the things I am bringing along with me to help ensure that success is a little container that I bought at Michael's. I am wearing it on a long chain that it came with. In probably the scrapbook aisle, the area where you can get sort of that grungy, Tim Holtz, I believe is his name. I love his stuff. You can get these little vials or little glass bottles that have accompanying chains. These are absolutely perfect for witching on the go. So in my little vial, which looks like this, can you see? It has just a wee bit of powder in the bottom. This is my Crown of Success powder that I bought at the local witchy shop. I didn't bring a ton. I don't need a ton. But when it comes time for me to interact with the people I have to smooth things over with, I will first open up this vial, put a bit on my hands, dust my hands, so that if I shake hands, if I interact, if I hand something over, it has success. It will help ensure my success today. Obviously, as I was transferring the powder from its original container to this, I was praying over it and enchanting it. So I don't feel like it's just the ingredients that do the work and create the magic. It's our intentions. I feel like the ingredients assist us, help us get our mind in the right headspace to raise that energy and to get those intentions a little more on point. I don't know how to describe it. So that would be my hack. If you need to bring a spell with you, these little containers, this one is like a little cylinder. I also have some that are more like little jars. If it has a nice screw top on it, maybe you can bring your oils. This one has a little cork. I don't trust it for liquids, especially not down my shirt. That just sounds like a bad idea. So I have that. I have also anointed myself with some oils, commanding oil and others. I'm carrying certain crystals. One of my favorites that I'm using today, I use for days like this. I also got this at Michael's. It is a hematite. Can you see? I don't know if you can see that. I showed it to you when I bought it forever ago, but that is a real hematite, and I love the fact that on the other side you can see and feel the crystal. When you wear it, it touches your skin. I'm not wearing it, I'm carrying it next to my heart. This is my shield, okay, for some of the negativity that will be most likely coming at me. Hopefully not, but if it does, there it is. These are like my Wonder Woman cuffs. Do you notice all these cars flying by me like jackasses? The one in front of me is actually cussing at me now. Boom! they are speeding like buffoons. Okay, well that's enough of that. If you haven't checked out Michael's, or I imagine a lot of this stuff's at Joann Fabrics or any little craft store, try it out. See what you can find. Here's a red light, and I'm going to enjoy pulling up next to the dude who just cussed me out. Don't piss off a witch, bro. Bye, y'all.